Hi everyone, I'm Madison Stephenson.
And I'm Mare,
and welcome back to M&M's MVPs of Week 3, where we're going to talk about our most valuable plays from Clemson's win over Louisiana Tech, where they won 48-20.
So are we going to walk into this breakdown, or are we going to run like Will Shipley? 139 yards, 12 carries, and records broken. Saturday marked the sixth consecutive game that Will Shipley has had a touchdown. In addition to that, Will Shipley is the first Clemson Tiger player since 1950 to open up a season with 3 games and multiple rushing touchdowns. If anyone's going to have the ball, I want Will Shipley to have the ball. In Ship, we trust.
Now, Mare, that's just funny. But my biggest takeaway is definitely DJ's improvement so far in the first 3 games of the season. We heard a lot about how he improved in the offseason. We heard about him losing weight. We heard about how he's just more accurate. He's matured. But we're seeing that. We're seeing him make the right plays. We're seeing him, even when he's scrambling, make the right passes. And I think it's really encouraging going into week 4 to see our quarterback's improving, our quarterback's confident, and that going forward, he can make big plays at big times. And I'm really impressed about how his relationship has also blossomed between him and wide receiver Bo Collins.
I love that you brought up Bo Collins. Some fans don't know this too originated back at St. John Bosco in California. The trust that they have built as a receiver and a quarterback is phenomenal. They played at the high school level, then went to the college level together. These two have been able to grow together. Take in the Louisiana Tech game, DJ, with an arm pump, finds a wide open Bo Collins to set the Tigers up for 34-6.
I think it was really encouraging to see this week, and having that relationship is really important, and I think it's going to be a big motivator to the wide receiver room as a whole. Seeing freshmen like Antonio Williams and Adam Randall, who are incredible talents, see that relationship between Collins and Uyunglele was going to be really important going forward.
Definitely. Hey Madison, who am I?
I'm going to take a wild guess and guess that Mare over here is RJ Mickens.
Absolutely. RJ Swag Mickens. Failed flea flicker play from Louisiana Tech. RJ's there for the interception. That confidence boost was exactly what the defense need. Everyone knows that the Clemson defense has been struggling this season. The offense is excelling, which is a role reversal from what we've seen in past seasons.
It was honestly unexpected, I would say.
Mm-hmm. But seeing RJ display that confidence shows his growth as coming in as being a sophomore last year, but now as a junior, he's assuming that role and setting an example for the younger players and setting a path for the boys to follow.
And I think coming out with that momentum of making those big plays is really important. What RJ did, it really sets up the offense in a really good position too, by being able to make those turnovers. And that was only one of 3 turnovers we saw on Saturday. And I also am going to bring up Malcolm Green's interception. I thought that was a really good play in the red zone. It set up Clemson for that 90-yard drive where it ended in a touchdown. It's really important. We hear Dabo talk a lot about complementary football and how great teams play complementary football. And that's what we need to see out of Clemson in the coming weeks, is Clemson being able to use their defense and their offense to complement each other and not compensate each other. I think it'll be really important for the defense to make big plays, to be on their feet and be on the attack in week 4.
Yeah. And with that being said, I do think we need to talk about our overall most valuable play of the Louisiana Tech game. Our heart goes out to the Brissy family with the passing of their youngest daughter, Ella. This time is absolutely heartbreaking. It's heartwarming seeing that this is more than a game. This is more than the numbers on the scoreboard or the stats. Seeing that every single player on Louisiana Tech sat down and wrote a handwritten letter to the Brissy family showed that this is more than a game. This is what college football is about, forming a community and developing the relationships and the touching moments. Nobody's going to talk about the plays from this game.
No.
But we will remember Ella Strong.
And I think that's perfectly put, Mare. I think it's so important to see how we often hear that sports can bring people together and bring comfort in times of just loss. But we really are seeing in this situation that the Brissy family are going through a time of insurmountable loss that we can only imagine. It's just so terrible. But to see Louisiana Tech players just step up and be so classy and so sincere and write those letters, it's just what it means to not only be an athlete, but to be a good person. And I think it was so endearing this week to see the leadership of Sonny Cumby and how he led that team, and he even came out in an Ella Strong shirt. That was so important for not only the Brissy family, but the entire Clemson family to feel just like the warmth during a time that's just so sad, and there's so much loss in the Clemson community. And so I think that's why it's our most valuable play of the week, because as Mare said, all of these plays we're talking about, most likely everyone's going to probably forget in weeks to come, but that's something we won't forget. We won't forget the way that the environment felt during that game, and the classiness of the Louisiana Tech team, and how also the entire Clemson football community put their arms around the Brissy family. And I think with that being said, we want to say that our continued thoughts and prayers are with the Brissy family during this time, and that the whole Clemson family is there for them, and that we're mourning with them.
Yeah. On a much lighter note, we look forward to seeing you guys for week
4
against Wake Forest, where we continue to break down ACC play.
For sure. There's going to be a lot of excitement next week, so we'll see you next week. And as always, to follow along with all things Clemson football and Clemson sports, follow the Clemson Insider on all social media. Bye.
Bye, guys.